Have you ever imagined the terrifying moment of experiencing a heart attack while completely alone, with no one to help you as intense chest pain grips your body? This isn't just a dramatic scene from a movie. It's a stark reality for millions of elderly people living alone across Latin America, facing the silent threat of a heart attack with no immediate assistance. In this video, Dr. Istvan Ramirez, an 83-year-old cardiologist with over 4 decades of experience treating more than 60,000 patients, shares life-saving knowledge that could mean the difference between life and death. You need to watch until the end because Dr. Ramirez reveals the 8 critical steps to survive a heart attack when you're alone, along with the 5 warning signals your body gives you and 3 golden habits to prevent it. Practical, proven advice that could save your life or the life of someone you love. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to share the valuable lessons of old age. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Every single day, millions of elderly individuals across Latin America wake up to a reality that is both quiet and profoundly unsettling. The fear of suffering a heart attack while completely alone, with no one nearby to offer help or call for assistance. This silent terror looms over those who live by themselves, where the absence of immediate support can mean the difference between life and death. My name is Dr. Istvan Ramirez, and at 83 years old, I've dedicated over 4 decades of my life to cardiology. In that time, I've had the privilege of treating more than 60,000 patients with heart conditions, from mild irregularities to life-threatening emergencies. My experience has shown me the devastating consequences of heart attacks, but also the incredible power of knowledge and preparation in saving lives. Today, I want to speak to you with the same candor and care I offer my patients when they sit across from me in my office. What I'm about to share in this message could very well determine whether you survive a heart attack or not. The stakes are high, especially for those living alone. Statistics paint a stark picture. If you suffer a heart attack with no one around to help, your chances of dying are as high as 89%. But here's the good news. By understanding and acting on the right steps within the first 10 seconds of recognizing a heart attack, you can dramatically shift those odds in your favor, increasing your survival rate to as much as 92%. The difference between these outcomes isn't luck or chance, it's knowledge versus ignorance. In the critical moments of a heart attack, a lack of information can be fatal. That's why I'm here today, drawing on my 40 years of medical expertise to share life-saving insights with you. My goal is to equip you with the tools to recognize the warning signs of a heart attack and act decisively, even if you're alone. To illustrate the importance of this knowledge, let me tell you about a call I received a few weeks ago at 3 a.m. The voice on the other end was trembling, overcome with emotion. "Doctor, it's a miracle," the woman said through tears. "My father survived. Thank you for teaching him what to do." She was talking about Mr. Jose Mendoza, a 78-year-old patient of mine who had faced a heart attack in the solitude of his home. With no one to assist him, he relied solely on the steps I had taught him during a consultation months earlier. Those steps kept him conscious, allowed him to take control of the situation, and ultimately got him to the hospital in time to receive life-saving treatment. When I visited Mr. Jose in the hospital, his words stayed with me. "If I hadn't remembered what you explained to me, doctor, I would be dead today." His survival wasn't a matter of chance or a stroke of luck, it was the result of preparation. He had listened attentively during our earlier conversation, practiced the steps I outlined, and was ready when the moment came. His story is a powerful reminder that preparation can make all the difference, and it's why I'm sharing this message with you today. The silent danger of a heart attack. Unlike the dramatic scenes you might see in movies or soap operas, where a character clutches their chest, cries out in agony, and collapses, a real heart attack is often far more subtle, confusing, and insidious. For many, it doesn't announce itself with clear, unmistakable pain. Let me take you through Mr. Jose's experience to illustrate this. On the morning of his heart attack, everything seemed perfectly ordinary. As was his routine, he woke up at 5 a.m., brewed his usual cup of coffee, and sat down to read the newspaper. But then, something felt off. He noticed a strange sensation in his chest. Not a sharp, stabbing pain, but a heavy, uncomfortable pressure, as if an invisible weight was pressing down on his heart. At first, he wondered if it was indigestion from the previous night's dinner. He tried to brush it off, thinking it would pass. But as 10, then 20 minutes went by, the discomfort didn't subside, it intensified. By the 30-minute mark, he began to feel a numbness creeping into his left arm, followed by a dull, aching pain in his jaw. In that moment, a realization hit him: this is a heart attack. That awareness, born from the knowledge I had shared with him, was what set him apart from so many others. If he had dismissed the symptoms, telling himself, it's just age, or maybe it's stress, or I'll feel better soon, he likely wouldn't have survived to share his story. Tragically, this is all too common. According to medical data, 87% of people experiencing a heart attack mistake the symptoms for something less serious, such as indigestion, a cold, or muscle soreness. While they hesitate or wait for the discomfort to pass, precious minutes tick by, and with each passing moment, the heart sustains more irreversible damage. The unique risks for those living alone. For individuals over 65 who live alone, the risks are even more pronounced. Studies show they face a fourfold higher risk of dying from a heart attack compared to those who have someone nearby. This isn't because their hearts are inherently weaker, it's because solitude often leads to delayed action or no action at all. Without someone to recognize the signs or call for help, many people freeze, unsure of what to do, or convince themselves the symptoms aren't serious. But it doesn't have to be this way. Even if you live alone, you can arm yourself with the knowledge and confidence to act swiftly and effectively. Mr. Jose's survival is proof of that. Months before his heart attack, he attended one of my community talks where I explained exactly what to do in such an emergency. When the moment arrived, he didn't panic. Instead, he glanced at the clock, took a deep breath, and thought, all right, it's time to follow the steps. That calm, methodical response saved his life. The difference between those who survive and those who don't often comes down to preparation. Those who are ready remain composed, even in the face of a life-threatening crisis, because they know exactly what to do, how to do it, and in what order. Those who are unprepared may panic, become paralyzed by fear, or make choices that worsen their condition. This risk is even higher for individuals with predisposing factors such as high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, or a history of smoking. These conditions don't just increase the likelihood of a heart attack, they make rapid, informed action even more critical. But here's the most empowering truth. Even with these risk factors, preparation can tip the scales in your favor. Mr. Jose is living proof. Today, he's fully recovered, taking daily walks, reading his favorite books, and cherishing moments with his grandchildren, all because he was ready. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Recognizing the warning signs. Before we dive into the actionable steps to take during a heart attack, it's crucial to understand the warning signs your body sends before and during such an event. Heart attacks rarely strike without warning. Your body often provides subtle clues, and recognizing them early can be the key to survival. I urge you to commit these 5 critical signals to memory, write them down, and share them with your loved ones. These signs could save your life or theirs. Chest pressure, tightness, or weight. The most common symptom is a sensation of pressure, tightness, or heaviness in the center of your chest. This isn't typically a sharp, stabbing pain or a burning sensation. Instead, it feels like something heavy is compressing your chest, as if a boulder is resting on your heart. Patients often describe it as though someone is squeezing their heart from the inside. This discomfort tends to persist for more than 15 minutes and doesn't improve with over-the-counter medications like antacids or pain relievers. If you feel this, don't ignore it. Radiating pain. The discomfort may start in the chest but then spread to other areas, most commonly the left arm. In some cases, it can affect both arms, the neck, jaw, or upper back. Women, in particular, often experience jaw pain, which they may mistake for a dental issue. I've had patients who, instead of seeking emergency care, scheduled dentist appointments, only to realize later they were in the early stages of a heart attack. Pay attention to any pain that radiates from the chest to these areas. Unexplained extreme fatigue. Sudden, overwhelming exhaustion without any apparent cause is another red flag. If you feel as though your energy has been drained, as if you can't go on, even without physical exertion, it could indicate that your heart isn't receiving enough oxygen. This symptom is especially common in women and often goes unnoticed because it's easy to attribute to stress or aging. If this fatigue is accompanied by other symptoms, act immediately. Shortness of breath and cold sweat. If you're at rest, perhaps sitting in your living room or reading, and suddenly find it hard to breathe, as if you've just run a marathon, take it seriously. This shortness of breath, often paired with cold, clammy sweat, even in a cool environment, is a critical warning sign. Many mistake this for an anxiety attack, but when combined with chest pressure or radiating pain, it's a clear indicator that your heart is in distress. Dizziness, nausea, or vomiting. Sudden dizziness, as if you're about to faint, or unexplained nausea and vomiting are not to be dismissed as mere stomach issues. Many people reach for an antacid or assume it's food poisoning when, in reality, their heart is signaling a problem. These symptoms, especially when paired with others on this list, demand immediate attention. Here's a critical point. You don't need to experience all 5 symptoms to suspect a heart attack. 2 or 3 are enough to warrant action. If you have risk factors like high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, or a history of smoking, even a single symptom should prompt you to act without delay. Mr. Jose recognized 3 signs: chest pressure, arm pain, and sudden fatigue, and that was enough for him to understand the gravity of the situation. His quick response minimized the damage to his heart, allowing him to recover fully and return to his daily routines. The 8 life-saving steps. Now, we come to the heart of this message. The 8 practical steps you must follow if you're alone and suspect you're having a heart attack. These steps don't require medical training or specialized equipment. Just memory, composure, and decisiveness. Even if you live far from a hospital or have no one nearby, these actions can boost your survival chances to as high as 90%. I encourage you to listen carefully, take notes, and practice these steps regularly, just as you might rehearse a fire escape plan. Preparation is your greatest ally. Step 1. Stop and sit in a safe place. The moment you feel chest pressure, pain, or any unusual symptoms, stop what you're doing and find a safe place to sit. For Mr. Jose, this meant sitting on the bench near his front door, with his back supported against the wall. This simple act prevented him from collapsing or losing consciousness, which could have delayed help or caused injury. Choose a stable surface like a chair, sofa, or bench where your back is supported, and avoid standing or moving unnecessarily. This position reduces strain on your heart and helps maintain stability, giving you a better chance to stay conscious and alert until help arrives. Step 2. Chew an aspirin, if available and safe. If you have aspirin at home, immediately take a 100 mg tablet and chew it thoroughly. Don't swallow it whole. Chewing allows the aspirin to dissolve in your mouth, where it's absorbed into your bloodstream much faster than if swallowed. This rapid absorption can begin thinning your blood within minutes, helping to dissolve blood clots that may be blocking arteries to your heart. Studies show that chewing aspirin during a heart attack can reduce cardiac damage by up to 40%, a statistic that underscores its life-saving potential. Consider the case of Mrs. Teresa Gutierrez, a 76-year-old widow living alone in a small apartment. One morning, she woke feeling unusually weak, with a tight sensation in her chest. Recalling a community health talk, she nervously chewed a 100 mg aspirin tablet and called emergency services. When she arrived at the hospital, cardiologists confirmed that her quick action minimized heart muscle damage, allowing her to recover with minimal complications. Her story illustrates the power of this simple step. If you don't have aspirin or are allergic to it, or have conditions like gastric ulcers that contraindicate its use, skip this step and move to the next. However, if you have a history of heart issues, keep a small supply of 100 mg aspirin tablets in an easily accessible location, such as on your refrigerator, in your medicine cabinet, or even in a labeled container in your purse or wallet. Ensure it's stored in a cool, dry place to maintain its efficacy. Step 3. Call emergency services and clearly state your location. Time is critical during a heart attack, as you could lose consciousness at any moment. Your priority after sitting down is to call emergency services. In Spanish-speaking countries, emergency numbers vary. 911 in some regions, 131 or 107 in others. So know the number for your area and save it in your phone's speed dial. When the operator answers, immediately provide your full address and describe your symptoms clearly. For example, say, "My name is Luis Galvez. I'm at 25th Street, number 132, apartment 3B, Elro Building, in City. I'm experiencing chest pain and difficulty breathing. I suspect a heart attack." This clear, concise delivery ensures that paramedics can locate you even if you lose consciousness during the call. Stay on the line and answer the operator's questions calmly and honestly. Avoid downplaying your symptoms, "It's probably nothing," or exaggerating them, as both can confuse the response process. If possible, note the time you began feeling symptoms, as this information helps medical professionals assess the urgency of your condition. Step 4. Unlock your door and make access easy. Once you've called for help, ensure paramedics can enter your home without delay. Unlock your front door and, if possible, leave it slightly ajar. If your door uses an electronic keypad, write the access code on a large piece of paper and tape it to the door or place it in a visible spot, such as on the doorstep. For traditional locks, place the key in an obvious location, like under a doormat, in a flower pot, or on a nearby table. This step, though seemingly minor, is critical. Paramedics may need to break down a locked door, which wastes precious minutes. For example, in a recent case in Buenos Aires, a man's locked door delayed paramedics by 10 minutes, nearly costing him his life. Don't worry about security risks like theft at this moment. Your life is the priority. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Step 5. Adopt a 45-degree reclining position with legs slightly elevated. Positioning your body correctly during a heart attack can optimize blood flow and reduce strain on your heart. Recline your body at a 45-degree angle, using a chair, sofa, or pillows to support your back. If possible, elevate your legs slightly by placing them on a cushion, stool, or low table. This position helps blood flow to your brain and heart without overloading your lungs or circulatory system. Avoid lying flat, as this can cause fluid to accumulate in your lungs, worsening breathing difficulties. Similarly, sitting upright puts unnecessary strain on your heart. The 45-degree angle strikes a balance, promoting circulation while keeping your airways clear. If you're unsure how to achieve this angle, imagine the position of a reclining chair, comfortable yet supportive. Step 6. Send a brief text message to family members. In a heart attack, conserving energy is vital, so avoid making phone calls, which require speaking and can increase your heart's workload. Instead, send a short, clear text message to multiple family members or close contacts. For example, "I'm having heart attack symptoms. I've called emergency services, and they're taking me to hospital name. Please meet me there." Send this to at least 2 or 3 people to ensure someone receives it promptly, even if one person is unavailable. This step keeps your loved ones informed without draining your energy. Avoid lengthy explanations or emotional details. Just stick to the essentials. If you're unable to send a text due to weakness or confusion, focus on staying calm and wait for help. Step 7. Practice slow, controlled breathing. Controlled breathing can reduce your heart's workload, improve oxygen flow, and help you stay calm. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 seconds, then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds, making a soft whooshing sound to regulate the exhale. Focus on abdominal breathing. Your stomach should rise as you inhale, not just your chest. This technique, often used in mindfulness and medical settings, lowers stress hormones and stabilizes your heart rate. For example, Maria Lopez, a 62-year-old teacher, used this breathing method while waiting for paramedics during a suspected heart attack. She later reported that it helped her stay calm and focused, preventing panic that could have worsened her condition. Practice this breathing technique now, so it becomes second nature if you need it. Step 8. Press your wrist and cough vigorously. This lesser-known technique can help stabilize your condition in a critical moment. Using your thumb, press firmly on the inside of your wrist, where you can feel your pulse, the radial artery. Simultaneously, cough forcefully 3 times in a row. Coughing creates pressure in your chest, mimicking a natural pump that encourages blood flow, while pressing your wrist may help regulate an irregular heart rhythm. This method, sometimes called cough CPR, is not a substitute for professional medical care but can buy you a few extra minutes of stability. It's particularly useful if you feel faint or notice an irregular heartbeat. Practice this technique lightly now to familiarize yourself with the sensation, but only use it in an emergency. Mr. Jose's success story. Mr. Jose Ramirez followed these 8 steps with precision when he experienced chest pressure one quiet afternoon. He sat on his entrance bench, chewed an aspirin, called 911 with his address, unlocked his door, reclined at a 45-degree angle, texted his daughter and son, practiced controlled breathing, and used the wrist press and cough technique. When paramedics arrived 14 minutes later, they found him conscious, calm, and in an optimal position for treatment. After a successful hospital intervention, his heart now functions normally, and his story has inspired others in his community to learn these steps. His preparation and quick thinking saved his life, and could save yours. Preparing before a heart attack strikes. While knowing these 8 steps equips you to act during a heart attack, prevention is even more powerful. By adopting 3 golden habits, you can reduce your risk of a heart attack by over 70%, based on decades of medical research and real-world outcomes. These habits are simple, accessible, and effective for people of all ages. Golden Habit 1. Walk 30 minutes every day. Daily physical activity is one of the most effective ways to protect your heart. You don't need to run marathons or join a gym. Just commit to a 30-minute walk every day. Consistency matters more than intensity. Walking improves circulation, lowers blood pressure, reduces cholesterol, and strengthens your heart muscle. Take Mr. Ernesto Salazar, an 82-year-old from Tuca, Mexico, as an example. For over 25 years, he has walked in his local park every morning at 6 a.m., regardless of the weather. It's not about speed, he says. It's about showing up. His latest medical checkup revealed a heart as healthy as someone 20 years younger, a testament to the power of this habit. Start small if needed, 10 minutes a day, and gradually build up to 30. Find a pleasant route, invite a friend, or listen to music to make it enjoyable. Golden Habit 2. Drastically reduce salt intake. Excess salt is a silent threat to your heart, raising blood pressure, stiffening arteries, and increasing heart attack risk. The average person consumes far more salt than the recommended 5 grams per day, often through processed foods like canned soups, deli meats, packaged snacks, and even bread. To protect your heart, minimize these foods and embrace natural, low-sodium options like fresh fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains. Mrs. Rosario Mendez, a 79-year-old grandmother, struggled with this change initially. Food tasted bland without salt, she admitted. But after a month of cooking with herbs, spices, and citrus for flavor, her palate adjusted. Now salty foods feel overwhelming, she says. Her blood pressure stabilized, and she feels lighter and more energetic. Start by reading food labels, avoiding high-sodium products, and experimenting with salt-free seasonings like garlic, rosemary, or lemon zest. Golden Habit 3. Quit smoking and limit alcohol. Smoking and excessive alcohol are toxic to your heart, damaging blood vessels, raising blood pressure, and increasing clot formation. Quitting these habits, no matter your age, can transform your health. Mr. Carlos Rivera, a 74-year-old former smoker, quit at 70 after 5 decades of smoking. I thought it was too late, he says. But within 6 months, I could breathe better, sleep better, and climb stairs without gasping. His story proves it's never too late to benefit from quitting. If you smoke, seek support through counseling, nicotine replacement therapies, or community programs. For alcohol, limit intake to moderate levels, 1 drink per day for women, 2 for men, or eliminate it. If you take medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes, never stop them without consulting your doctor, as they play a critical role in heart protection. Additional preventive measures. Beyond these habits, regular medical checkups are essential. Schedule an annual heart health evaluation, including an electrocardiogram, ECG, blood tests, and, if recommended, a cardiac ultrasound. These tests can detect issues like high cholesterol, artery blockages, or irregular heart rhythms before they become life-threatening. If you have a family history of heart disease or risk factors like obesity or diabetes, discuss screening frequency with your doctor. Recognizing a heart attack. 5 warning signs. To act quickly, you must recognize the symptoms of a heart attack. Memorize these 5 warning signs. Chest pressure or pain. A sensation of squeezing, heaviness, or pain in the center of your chest, lasting more than a few minutes. Radiating pain. Discomfort that spreads to your arms, especially the left, neck, jaw, or back. Unexplained fatigue. Sudden, extreme tiredness with no clear cause. Shortness of breath and cold sweat. Difficulty breathing, often accompanied by clammy skin. Dizziness, nausea, or vomiting. Feeling lightheaded or sick to your stomach, especially with other symptoms. These symptoms may vary between individuals, and women often experience subtler signs, like fatigue or nausea, rather than intense chest pain. If you notice any combination of these, act immediately. As we come to the end of this life-saving journey, I want to take a moment to ask you, what have you learned so far that could make a difference for you or someone you love? Maybe it's the 5 warning signals of a heart attack, the 8 critical steps to survive one when alone, or the 3 golden habits to prevent it altogether. Whatever it is, I encourage you to reflect on one key takeaway and share it with us in the comments below. Tell us one thing you've learned and how you plan to put it into practice in your life. Your comment could inspire others to take action, too. If you found this video valuable, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content that could save lives. Thank you for staying with me, and let's keep taking steps toward a healthier, stronger heart together.